trombone's way back in the back somewhere. One kid didn't get the memo.
Good evening. Welcome to Stone Memorial High School. Thank you for being here. We're glad that you decided to show your support of these students by coming to our spring concert. We're excited to share with you the songs we've been working on for several months now. At this time, I'd like to encourage everybody to silence your cell phones. So we're going to get started. Our first song is called Coast Guards. And without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the Stone Memorial High School Concert Band.
First one's down.
Thank you. Again, that piece was called Coast Guards. That's a march arranged by Andy Clark and composed by Carl King. Carl King was actually a baritone player himself who used to play in circus bands, and he's famous for being known as the March King. One of his more famous tunes, probably his masterpiece that he's most well known for, is Barnum and Bailey's Favorite. Our next piece is written by Matt Conaway. It is a contemporary take on the ancient African dance Agkabor. The dance is still performed by the Yu people of Ghana. It's usually used for cultural festivals, but originally it was actually a war dance. The rhythms in this piece are all taken from one of the standard African drumming rhythms. The piece starts with the warriors taking an oath, signified by the slow lyric introduction, and then the battle begins when the tempo picks up. Please enjoy Invocation and African Dance. Thank you. I do want to take a minute and mention our band trip that we had just a few weeks ago from this year. We took the marching band to Universal Studios in Orlando, Florida over spring break. Had a lot of fun. I know a lot of the students, raise your hand if you'd never been to Florida. If you had never been to Florida before the band trip. Raise your hand if you had never been to Universal. Yeah, most of them had not. So I'm sure that was a lot of fun for them. It was a lot of fun for me. I did want to take a moment to say thank you to all the parents who went to chaperone on the trip. It was very helpful. And I did want to take a second to brag on and say thank you to the students for their behavior, because it was awesome. Didn't have any issues with anybody, not being at the right place at the right time or anything like that. So thank you guys for your behavior on the trip. I want to take a moment and introduce our student teacher, Mr. Montel Chan. He comes to us from Science Hill High School many years back. He's graduating from Tennessee Tech in just about a week and a half with a music education degree. He will be potentially attending the University of North Texas. He was accepted there as a grad student, majoring in percussion performance. He's been a big help to our program here, and to the students this semester. So I just want to say a big thank you to Mr. Chan. He'll actually be conducting our next piece. It's a unique little piece called Who Done It. And if you're wondering what does that phrase mean, Who Done It is another way of saying a detective story. So just imagine a detective, Sherlock Holmes or something like that, sneaking around, trying to stay unnoticed while he's trying to find the bad guys, figure out who did what. So here's Mr. Chan and the concert band performing Who Done It. All right, our next song is a slightly different style than that piece. This is a piece written by the gentleman by the name of Christopher Tin. He actually wrote this for a video game, Civilization 4. I've never played the game, but upon hearing it, I thought, man, this is a really pretty neat song. He wrote it in 2005. As I researched it a little bit more, I found out that the song actually won a Grammy. One of the few video game songs, or video game soundtracks, if you will, to win a Grammy. The piece originally features instruments, but mainly some vocalists. There's like a quartet that sings the main melody. And this is based on the Lord's Prayer. It's in Swahili. The original lyric, Baba Yetu, is in Swahili. So this will actually feature a solo by our violin player, Will Smith, over there. Let me just say, in a band this size, I mean, practically everybody's playing a solo. Raise your hand if you are the only one playing your part. At any point in like if you're the only one playing trumpet 1, or trumpet 2, or violin 1, or flute 1, raise your hand. Okay, raise your hand if you're the only one playing your instrument. That would technically be everybody, I guess. But you get the idea. Okay, so like in a larger band, they've got 15 trumpets, 35 clarinets, way too many flutes, and so here we've got, just kidding. Here we've got just a handful of each on each instrument, and so that causes them to really be more confident. That's hard for someone in high school. So that's a good thing. It's more difficult, it's more challenging, but it is speaks highly of you guys. All right, so this is Douglas Wagner's arrangement of Baba Yetu. want to take a moment again to say thank you to the parents and the families of the students in the band, bringing them, particularly for marching season and to all the rehearsals and things like that. I really appreciate the fact that you guys are supportive of your children, and it's a lot of fun to be their band director. They are a lively bunch of students. For the parents who don't always receive the handouts that I send home, on this table in front of the stage are, let's see, we've got handouts for tryouts, for percussion, drum major, section leader, things like that. We also have a handout that has the dates for band camp, and then we have the green sheet is the medical release form. So if you want to get a head start on that, you can today. One of the things that we are changing about the marching season coming up is a shorter band camp. We're only going to do 2 weeks total. We've gotten closer to 3. By the time the first student showed up last year to the last day of camp, it was almost 3.5 weeks, which is a lot of time commitment. So I'm trying to lighten the load, so to speak, for everybody, and hopefully that will help to increase the size of the marching band because it will be such a time commitment. Throughout the school year, we're actually only going to rehearse 2 days a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays. Now the color guard will still do Monday sectionals as needed, and B will be kind of in charge of deciding that. But as far as full band, no more Monday rehearsals. So it gives everybody one more night at the house to relax, to homework, whatever else, jobs, stuff like that. In regards to the marching band, the theme for this coming halftime show is, I don't have an actual name for it yet, but it's a dream kind of theme. It's going to include songs, let's see, Sweet Dreams Are Made of This by Eurythmics. That's from the soundtrack of the movie Requiem for a Dream, and then Dream On by Aerosmith. So we're hoping that'll be a lot of fun for everybody to listen to in the stands, as well as have a competitive edge to it as well. This next piece of our concert is a jazz band chart. It's one of the classics by Chuck Mangione. It's going to feature several soloists. We'll have Natalie Allegria on drum set. We'll have Philip Hall on trumpet, Travis Maynard on trumpet, Faith Huey on alto sax, Caitlin Driscoll on alto sax, and Jada Aguilar on clarinet. Please enjoy Chuck Mangione's Land of Make-Believe. want to say thank you to Mr. Sirlith in the back running sound and light for us. Just so you all are aware, about 3 days ago, none of the sound equipment was working. The building actually got struck by lightning, and there was just this weird, low beating sound coming from the speakers. So luckily we were able to locate the speaker this morning, our sound guy who installed it, and we're thankful that this is working again. I want to also say thank you to the administration of Stone Memorial High School, in particular Mr. Lance Kennedy. Obviously he was the band director here when the school first opened, a good friend of mine. My first year of teaching was his first year at this school, so it's kind of fun to have him as my vice principal while I'm at this school, and I'm really enjoying that. Also want to say thank you to the Director of Schools, Ms. Graham, members of the school board for their support of the program, and also Dr. Maddox has been extremely supportive of these students. I do want to take one moment to recognize our seniors. These seniors have had many, many concerts with this band, and tonight is their last concert. So, would the following seniors please stand? Ashlyn Selby, Holly Westlich, Jada Aguilar, Lily Johnson, Paul Thrower, Charlie Lewis, Olivia Ritzy, and Travis Maynard. Please join me in congratulating seniors for all their hard work. All right, our last song with the concert band is one of the most famous tunes from the Disney movies, particularly The Little Mermaid. This is written by a gentleman by the name of Alan Menken. You may not recognize that name, but this guy has been his work has been pretty well known. You may recognize some of his other works, including the music to Beauty and the Beast, Aladdin, Pocahontas, The Hunchback of Notre Dame, Enchanted, and of course, The Little Mermaid. As I was typing this script up, I happened to notice that the font that I was using was Arial. Thank you. Be here all week. Alan Menken has earned, I work here, has earned 1 Tony Award, 7 Golden Globe Awards, 8 Academy Awards, and 11 Grammy Awards. This guy is kind of the pinnacle. He's kind of like the John Williams of animated movies, if you will. And at one point throughout the semester, we had talked about me getting a large crab suit to wear. If you've seen the movie, this particular song is conducted by the crab. It kind of fell through as far as the suit, so I guess you just have to use your imagination. But this is our last piece of the concert, so we hope you enjoy Under the Sea.